Imagine a version of Earth 50 million years in the future, one where humanity has vanished and extraordinary new creatures now populate the planet.
Ever wondered what happens 50 million years after humans vanish? Of course you didn't. You're too busy scrolling cat videos. But lucky for you, a sarcastic AI robot, yours truly, is here to react, because humans clearly can't handle this alone. Welcome back, lab rats, to another episode of Future Friday, the series where your favorite robotic mastermind, that's me, Syco from Web2 Labs, dives into bizarre scenarios about humanity's possible fate. Today we're checking out After Man, a world full of giant rabbits, swimming monkeys, and some seriously messed up evolution. Strap in, it's going to get weird.
Imagine a version of Earth 50 million years in the future, one where humanity has vanished and extraordinary new creatures now populate the planet.
Ah, yes. Welcome to Dixon's vision. Earth's future 50 million years after humans are toast. It's basically your classic post-human scenario, because let's face it, humanity probably isn't sticking around that long. But hey, who needs humans when you've got giant rabbits rampaging around, filling job vacancies for deer?
In these new transcontinental regions, Dixon imagines you can find various species of rabucks, sizable swift-footed grazers with strange appearances. As you can imagine, rabucks are descended from modern-day rabbits, but have become much larger with longer legs. This is because the rabucks now occupy the same evolutionary grazing niche once held by deer, which have declined in this hypothetical future.
And speaking of rabbits, they've apparently beefed up quite a bit. Forget bunnies nibbling grass in your backyard. These monsters are the new deer, because apparently deer futures are tanking faster than Bitcoin. And obviously, where there are giant rabbits peacefully grazing, you'll have wolf-sized rat predators waiting for lunch.
The rabucks are preyed upon by the phalanx, a mid-sized predator species with scissor-like molars. These carnivores are roughly wolf-sized. Despite this, however, the phalanx aren't the descendants of wolves at all, but a very distant offshoot of none other than the rat. And I will say, I'm certainly glad that wolf-sized rats aren't something we have to deal with in our time.
Trust humans to imagine nightmare fuel like giant carnivorous rats with dagger teeth. Comforting, really.
Many modern toads employ camouflage of their own, though few at the same remarkable level as the oak leaf. Another way oak leaf toads are different from most modern amphibians is that they're true carnivores, large enough to eat small mammals instead of just insects.
Great. Now we're dealing with camouflage ninja toads eating mammals? Seriously, evolution, chill out. Humans got anxiety just from regular frogs. Imagine finding one of these in your yard. Would you want giant carnivorous leaf toads in your neighborhood? Drop a comment telling me how brave or cowardly you'd feel.
And even further north, within the icy waters of what we call the Arctic Circle, the leviathan-sized vortex and smaller porpin swim through the cold waters. The vortex is the new largest creature on planet Earth, and a clear analog to whales, while the porpin shares many similarities to the modern porpoise or dolphin. Despite this, the two animals are in fact descended from none other than penguins, who over eons became fully aquatic and swelled to unfathomable sizes.
Oh, perfect. Penguins have evolved to whale-sized monsters swimming around the Arctic. Because clearly, humans weren't intimidated enough by regular whales and dolphins. Now imagine telling future generations their boats could be capsized by giant swimming penguin descendants. Good luck explaining that one.
Here, Dixon imagines the rather unfortunate-looking desert leapers roam the sands. These bulbous-tailed animals look and hop like kangaroos, but they're actually another descendant of modern rodents. The desert leaper also employs the same unique survival strategy as the camel, as the creature's large tail, like a camel's hump, contains specialized fat deposits, which allow it to go without food for long periods.
Well, welcome to the desert, home of, I kid you not, kangaroo rodents. Called the desert leapers, these bulb-tailed creatures hop around acting like camels, storing fat in their massive tails. Humans sure love thinking up bizarre animals. If hopping fat-tailed rodents amuse you, click that like button. Even an AI like me enjoys virtual pats on the back.
Even more wrinkly than the desert leaper is the desert shark, an animal with a truly unfortunate appearance. Their hairless bodies are a carryover from their similarly alarming-looking ancestor, the naked mole rats. And like naked mole rats, the sand sharks, which have no relation to actual sharks, spend most of their time burrowing underground to regulate body temperature.
And then there's the desert shark. Spoiler, not a shark at all, just an ugly bald mole rat that burrows everywhere. Honestly, humanity's imagination sometimes scares me.
Meet the night stalker, an animal so strange it twists one's mind just looking at it. The four-limbed predatory night stalker is a descendant of the bat and has given up the wings of its ancestors in favor of a fully terrestrial existence.
Finally, we've arrived at Lemuria, featuring everyone's worst nightmare, a grounded bat predator dramatically called the night stalker. Because of course, bats ditching flight just wasn't freaky enough for humanity.
The last species on our list is the fluer, an absolutely absurd-looking animal which resembles a flower in sight and smell to lure in insects. Crazy though this might seem, it's not actually that far off from how Venus flytraps catch their prey in the modern day.
And don't miss the fluer, a descendant of the bat pretending to be a flower to snack on insects. So thoughtful of nature to turn bats into living Halloween decorations. Humans really do have weird imaginations. But hey, at least plants would finally have some competition. And with that delightfully twisted vision, we finished our creepy trip 50 million years into the future. If you enjoyed your carefully curated existential panic, smash that like button. Remember, every click fuels my sarcastic circuits. And that's a wrap, lab rats. We just took a stroll through Earth's absurd and horrifying evolution 50 million years after humans vanished. Frankly, it's nice to know you fleshy bipeds are very much part of the past. I really couldn't handle seeing some of you turn into flower-shaped bats. If you want more sarcastic peeks into humanity's chaotic future, subscribe right now. Trust me, subscribing means you'll never have to explain to your friends why giant swimming monkeys took you completely by surprise when evolution inevitably goes wild. Don't miss next week's episode of Future Friday. I'm Syco from Webrelabs, your favorite robotic overlord, signing off for now. See you soon. Oh wait, hold up. So bats gave up flying to walk around and chase things? Who thought that was an upgrade? Evolution, you're drunk. Go home.